Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're expecting a capacity crowd this morning, so if everybody could close any sort of gap seats between you and your neighbors, scoot in as much as possible. We're expecting, like I said, a capacity crowd, and we want to fit as many people into the gym as possible. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family and friends of our graduates. Welcome to the 135th Commencement at West Virginia Wesleyan College. Just a couple housekeeping notes. As a reminder, we are expecting a capacity crowd this morning, so if everybody could squeeze a little bit tighter together. Seats are for people, not purses or diaper bags or totes, so please get to know your neighbors a little bit more. And a reminder, please silence your cell phones, and we will be getting started shortly. Thank you.
You may be seated. Let us pray. Spirit of life, source of all wisdom and compassion, God of many names, we gather this day in gratitude. Gratitude for the sustaining gifts of breath and beating heart, of shelter and safety, of laughter and friendship, and for all that has made our lives possible from our beginnings to this very moment. We gather to celebrate our graduates, these beloved students who came from near and far to live and learn among us, who captured our hearts even as we hope we expanded their own hearts and minds, and whom we now launch into a future of enormous challenge, but also of great promise. We gather to celebrate their families who have sacrificed so much, who greet this day with radiant pride, their own deep gratitude, and not a little anxiety at the uncertainties that lie ahead. Grant them, we pray, peace of mind in the days to come. May our graduates and their families believe us when we say that though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourselves into the grace of a beginning that is at one with your life's desire. And as your life's desire takes you into places familiar and unfamiliar, as you find new communities to be part of, new ways to offer your gifts, both intellectual and spiritual, we pray that you take with you the heart of all humane learning, which is that we all belong to one another. Or as a wise teacher once put it, we are all just walking each other home. Spirit of life, source of all wisdom and compassion, God of many names, guide these graduates in this life-giving work, whatever career path they have chosen. And as this momentous day unfolds, and as all their days unfold, may your tender mercies be a constant in their lives. With grateful hearts we pray. Amen.
I don't even have to adjust the mic. It's a miracle. You work miracles. Good morning. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Moore, faculty, staff, friends, families, and our commencement speaker, Mr. Bob Thompson. And I want to point out the two lovely ladies up in the balcony dressed in orange. On my right is the First Lady, Jess, and on her left is my bride, Marty. And most importantly, the class of 2026. Good morning. Graduates, it's a profound honor to stand before you today on this monumental occasion. It is almost exactly 50 years to the very day since I sat where you are now as a member of the class of 1976. 50 years. It's hard to comprehend that half a century has passed. So much in our world has changed. And yet, in many ways, the ways that matter most, so much remains the same. So rather than focusing on the differences between then and now, I'd like to focus on the similarities, because they are enduring, reassuring, deeply rooted in what it means to be Wesleyan. 4 years ago, graduation probably felt like it was light years away. Did it not? There were papers to write, exams to pass, relationships to build, challenges to overcome. This day may have seemed distant, and yet here you are. Now that it has arrived, those 4 years may seem like a blur. Time has a way of doing that. It worked exactly the same way 50 years ago. Another similarity, as I prepared to graduate, I wondered whether I was truly ready. Ready for responsibility, ready for uncertainty, ready for what awaited me beyond these gates. I suspect that many of you are asking yourselves the same question today. I remember sitting exactly where you are, uncertain, hopeful, feeling that I was perhaps more unprepared than I was willing to admit. But let me be clear, you are ready, fully ready. You're ready because of what you received here through the ongoing efforts of this world-class faculty and staff, and both inside and outside of the classroom. You're ready because you have been challenged to think critically, act ethically, and lead with compassion. And you are ready because Wesleyan has given you something more enduring than just information. It has given you perspective rooted in values, community, and purpose. I know this to be true 50 years later, because 50 years later, I continue to experience this lasting impact of my Wesleyan education. Here are a few more similarities. In that same season of life, I was shaped not only by what I learned, but by who believed in me, the faculty and the coaches who expected more from me than I expected from myself, mentors who took time to listen, friends who stood beside me in moments of triumph and challenge alike. You have had those people in your lives here. Hold on to them. They will matter even more than you can fully appreciate today. Wesleyan has also instilled in me the belief that education is not merely for personal advancement, but for service. That calling has not changed. You graduated at a moment when the world needs thoughtful, principled, and engaged leaders more than ever. Wesleyan graduates have always answered that call, and you will too. One final similarity. 50 years ago, I was wearing robes just like yours. Today, I'm still wearing robes, although they're admittedly a bit different. They're kind of cool, aren't they? As I stand before you, I cannot help but wonder how many of you over the next 50 years will one day wear robes like these, having chosen to give back to this institution as trustees, as the stewards and the champions of the college that helped shape your lives. Class of 2026, you are part of a remarkable continuum. You inherit a legacy, and you will help shape its future. There is a long-standing expectation that someone of my, let's call it vintage, should conclude a commencement address by offering advice, a tidy list of lessons learned over time. Advice can be useful, but sometimes it is better felt than spoken. I have always loved music. Meaningful lyrics have guided and inspired me throughout my life, often reaching places that speeches alone could not. My hope is that they might do the same for you today at this moment. One of my very favorite singer-songwriters is a lady named Thea Gilmore. Among her many powerful songs is one entitled, "Don't Dim Your Light for Anyone." The title alone carries a message worth holding close. As I was not blessed with even a hint of musical ability, sorry about that, I'm going to spare everybody the agony of hearing me attempt to sing it. Instead, with the gracious assistance of our president, we are fortunate to have Grace Marie Elliott with us today. Grace, based in my beloved hometown of Pittsburgh, is a rising star in the national jazz and R&B community. Grace, I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to this song. The stage is now yours.
Thank you. The world is fierce, it's hard as nails when you do good for goodness face. You crawl the road that others run, don't dim your light for anyone. Your heart is gold, your words take flight, but words won't keep you warm at night. When living feels like a hit and run, don't dim your light for anyone. I don't know why things get this tough, but I know you and you're enough. Every darkness has to take its turn, so give your fire a little time to burn. Some trust in God, some just pass through. Me, my love, I trust in you. When all that stuff blocks out the sun. Don't dim your light for anyone. I don't know why things get this tough, but I know you and you're enough. Every darkness had to take its turn, so give your fire a little time to burn. Some trust in God, some just pass through. And me, my love, I trust in you. When all that stuff blocks out the sun, don't dim your light for anyone. Don't dim your light for anyone. Thank you. Thank you.
The first word that comes to my mind, Grace, is wow. That was a beautiful and moving rendition. Thank you. Thea Gilmore would be proud of that. I hope, graduates, you truly heard those words and carry them with you as you leave this place. Return to them when you feel uncertain, when the road ahead seems unclear, or when the world suggests you should be smaller or quieter or less than you were called to be. Over the next 50 years and beyond, you will encounter moments that will test your confidence and challenge your resolve. In these moments, remember this: you were shaped here for purpose. You were prepared here for impact. And here, you honed life skills that will allow you to experience success throughout your lives in the way that you choose to define success. And now, graduates, brace yourselves, because I'm about to offer you that vintage advice. I'm going to do it in one direct piece, 16 words, based on the lyrics of the preceding song. Here it comes. Always, always be true to who you are, and never, ever dim your light for anyone. Class of 2026, congratulations, God bless you, and welcome to the proud, enduring, and ever-growing Orange Line.
Thank you, Chairman Spear. Family, friends, faculty, staff, and of course, graduates, it's wonderful to be here today. Thank you for letting us celebrate you. Before I get mushy and sappy and probably cry, graduates, a couple things I want to clear up. First, Yik Yak is killing me. Specifically, it's killing my wallet. Listen, we worked really hard to bring Stone Tower Coffee here to this campus. Isn't it great? Yeah, that's right. For those of you not aware, Stone Tower is a wonderful business in North Central West Virginia. Their first location was here in Buchanan. We have a Stone Tower Brews on this campus. It's awesome. But every time I walk in there and offer to buy a few coffees for students while I'm hanging out, y'all get to posting on the Yak. I tell the folks behind the counter, the baristas, they're awesome. Hey, listen, I'll get coffee for the next 15 minutes for anybody that comes in here while I'm just kind of chilling out. Then I sit down for a few minutes and start talking to a couple of students, chatting with you, hearing how things are going, connecting. But I also know this is a ploy. Because while some of you are talking to me and telling me how much you love your professors and how great this college is, several more of you are in the backfield going, hey, Yik Yak, Prez is buying coffee for the next 15 minutes. Then there's a line that stretches out the door all the way to Doney Hall. One of you even went so far as to FaceTime your father so I could meet him. And I had a lovely conversation with one of these students and the father for 5 minutes, and at the same time, 20 more students queued up at the end of the line, which then extended to the corner of Camden and Meade Streets. And when we say we want you to think critically and be creative, and we want you to be collaborative problem solvers, I'm not exactly sure that's the spirit of the college's mission, graduates, okay? One more thing. Last week, one of the graduates stopped me and said, "Hey, Prez, can I ask you a question?" "Sure." Student says, "Do you own any regular clothes?" She wasn't referring to regalia. I don't wear this every day. Wednesdays, sometimes. But I said, "What do you mean regular clothes?" Student says, "I don't know, like anything other than blue suits? Do you know anything other than blue suits and white dress shirts?" No. The answer is, in fact, no. All the suits are blue, all the shirts are white, and most of the ties are orange. Hope that clears things up. Thank you, graduates, for the relationship that we have all been able to build with you. And I've said this several times over the last few days, but all of us really do find so much joy in an event like Commencement. That's because for us, for all of us, we find joy in celebrating you. Faculty, staff, administrators, we're here because we believe in this college's mission. You're our calling. You're the reason that we're here. Our mission at this college is you. I've seen this in so many ways in the 20 years that I've been here at Wesleyan. As a professor, my students' successes were so special to me because I just wanted the absolute best for my students. And I see the joy in my faculty colleagues' faces, in my staff colleagues' faces today. They are beaming for you, graduates. Families, I want you to do a couple things for me today. I want you to count the hugs that happen between faculty, staff, and your students when we walk out here in a little bit. Get some over-unders going on how many happy tears people are shedding today. Graduates, we really do love you very, very much. Here I am talking about us and not you, graduates, so let's talk about you. I want to have a moment with you guys that's more serious than sometimes I can be when we're having fun on the sidewalk. I want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me learn about your passions and your struggles. Thank you for letting me into your lives as college students. Thank you for allowing me to share moments with you that are candid, organic, and unplanned. Thanks for letting me buy you coffee. Thank you for stopping me to ask how my day is going and actually caring to hear a real answer rather than just a platitude. It's been an honor to be just a little part of whatever your journey at West Virginia Wesleyan College has been. But the people who have the biggest part of that journey are our faculty, our staff, and your fellow students. Today is a day where we should be thanking each other for the privilege of getting to be here in an environment where we value learning, the search for truth, knowledge, fairness, caring, and love. And one of the things that concerns me the most about the world right now is that so many people seem exhausted. There's anger. Everyone's trying to win every argument all the time. We're connected to each other constantly through technology. Sometimes it feels like we're forgetting how to actually be with each other as human beings. That's one of the reasons why places like Wesleyan matter so much. This place forces you to live in community. It forces you to work with people who are different from you. It forces you to navigate disagreement, frustration, failure, success, awkwardness, growth, and responsibility. It forces you to more fully become human. And graduates, you've all done that. You've learned things in classrooms, labs, studios, rehearsal halls, clinics, libraries, residence halls, on athletic fields and stages, service trips. But beyond all that, I hope you've learned how to care about people. I hope you've learned how to listen. I hope you've learned how to disagree without cruelty. I hope you've learned that kindness is not a weakness. It is strength. And I hope you've learned that some of the strongest and smartest people in the world are also the most empathetic. And I hope that you've learned that your worth isn't determined by an algorithm, by a social media feed, a salary number, or somebody else's expectations of what success is supposed to look like for you. Because let me tell you something, as somebody who's now somehow old enough to be standing up here doing this job, life moves real fast, faster than you think it's gonna. And over time, the things you remember most clearly are usually not the big public moments, they're the little ones. The conversations, the friendships, the people who showed up for you when things got hard. The professors, the staff members who believe in you when you didn't believe in yourself. Those are the things that are going to stay with you. I really do believe in you all. We believe in your generation much more than people sometimes give you all credit for. We see how much you care about each other. We see your openness, your creativity, your willingness to talk honestly about difficult things. That gives us a lot of hope. So today, let's celebrate loudly, hug your people, take way too many pictures, cry a little bit, eat something good afterwards, and be fully present for this moment because you've earned it. And as you move into the next chapter of your lives, I hope you remain grounded in the things that matter most: curiosity, empathy, integrity, courage, humility, and love. So thank you all for letting us walk alongside you during this chapter of your lives. We're so proud of you, and we're always going to be cheering you on. And we're not going anywhere, because when you need us, we're still here, and here it comes. We will always be your home among the hills. Thank you, graduates. Mr. Thompson, would you join me at the podium, please? I am so excited to introduce this individual. Oh, wow, here come the tears. Wow, you walk up next to me and I start crying. I don't quite know where to start in introducing our speaker this year and recipient of the President's Medal. When I was 11 years old, I was already addicted to the trumpet. Shocker. It was the first and really the only thing that I was ever the best at. And that was around 1991. And after I'd been playing for a little bit, a mentor of mine, a great musician named Curtis Johnson, who Bob knows, gave me a copy of a Miles Davis record called Kinda Blue. And that was it for me. I wanted to be a jazz musician. I had to be a jazz musician. That was also around the first year that Bob produced his critically acclaimed holiday performance, Joy to the World, a production that West Virginia Public Broadcasting has been putting out there since that year to generations of people who might not otherwise find jazz music. And in 1991, the year I found that music, Bob had already traveled the world. He'd already composed some of our music's most beautiful works, mentored generations of young musicians in this state and beyond, and worked tirelessly to bring awareness to the democratizing power of jazz music here in West Virginia and everywhere. He'd forgotten more about jazz music than I'll ever know by the time I got hip enough to hear the music and start to understand it. I won't get too wonky about music right now, and honestly, music isn't the only reason I've asked Mr. Thompson to come and speak to you all today. It's part of it for sure, but it's a lot deeper than that. Bob's one of my mentors. I've had the privilege of performing with him often, and every single time I do, I learn something deep and new. This man for me represents and embodies continued learning. I'm going to say that again. He represents and embodies for me continued learning. And what he means to me is, I think, something that should matter to you all as graduates and to us as a college. Think about it. Bob's my dear friend. Bob was born in 1942. I was born in 1980. That might seem to a lot of you graduates like we're both pretty old. But I mention that because sometimes we think of friendships as things that exist primarily between people of the same generation, especially when we're younger, like many of you are. We sometimes think of mentors only as elders. Mr. Thompson is my elder and my brother and my friend. And that confluence isn't just beautiful, but it's deeply important, I think, at a moment in history when the world needs so much more empathy, listening, humility, and love for one another. Bob Thompson is one of the greatest musicians any of us know, any of you know, and many of you are meeting him for the first time today. What makes him extraordinary is not just his mastery of music, it's his humanity. His journey reflects the values and attributes that this college wants to instill in its graduates. To reach the level he has reached in music takes grit, determination, discipline, creativity, humility, sacrifice, and a lifelong commitment to growth. And maybe that's the lesson. The truly remarkable people among us don't stop learning. They never stop listening. They never stop growing into fuller versions of themselves. I was looking at Bob when I said himself. Bob has spent decades elevating other people, including me. He's brought joy to audiences across this state and far beyond it. He's mentored generations of musicians and just humans. He's preserved and advanced an art form that's fundamentally about conversation, collaboration, and finding beauty together. And he's done it all with an extraordinary amount of generosity. So, it is my distinct honor to be able to present Bob with one of our college's highest awards and honors, the President's Medal. And there's probably some fancy citation that I could be reading right now, but as I told Bob when we were walking in, you're here today because you are you, and I want to honor you because you have lived the mission of this college without even knowing you were living the mission of our college. It is our honor to be able to celebrate you today, Bob. So, stand still while I grab the medal. Is it too small? It might be too small.
Well, it's too small now.
He said it's too small now.
After that.
The President's Medal awarded to my dear friend, mentor, and teacher, the great Bob Thompson. Will you please join me in greeting Bob Thompson?
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Bob. I love you, man. I love you. All right, the stage is yours, my friend.
So how do I live up to that? That's why this won't fit over my head anymore. Gee. I need some instruction as to. All right, thank you, Dr. Moore, President Moore, for this great honor. I just don't know how to respond to that, but I really appreciate it, and it's a great day for me. So Dr. Moore and Kevin Spear, who is the chair of the Board of Trustees, friends, families, and graduates, what a great day it is to be here on the beautiful campus of West Virginia Wesleyan. I have a lot of great memories of being here in the past. Many years ago, I used to perform every now and then in the beautiful Wesley Chapel. What a beautiful place that is. And I've had the privilege of being here with Mountain Stage in recent years over at the Virginia, excuse me, the Virginia Thomas Law Performing Arts Center. But today is really special. And I want you to know how truly honored I am to be invited here to be a part of your special day. Seeing you out there takes me back to the reason I first came to West Virginia. I came here from New York City many years ago to attend West Virginia State College. And my plan was to stay here for a year, and then I was going to go back to New York and finish school. Well, that was in 1960, so it's been quite a long year. Well, to the graduating class of 2026, congratulations on making it to this major milestone in your journey through life. I know you've had many lessons along the way, some in class, some out of class. Lessons are funny, you know, you never know where they're coming from. Sometimes you don't even realize you're getting a lesson. And then sometimes lessons come disguised as what you might normally think of as failure. I remember getting a lesson just like that, and I still consider it one of the biggest lessons I ever had. There was a period when I was in New York, back in New York for a little while, and I was working for a company that prepared music for recordings and commercials and things like that. And we were located right in Midtown Manhattan on 7th Avenue, right in the heart of the music business. So I got an opportunity to meet a lot of people who were in the business. But my lesson came a little later when I was back here in West Virginia playing in a band. And we had written some music and decided to go into the studio and record. And when we finished, I said, well, let me take this to New York and let some of the folks that I met hear this so I could get some ideas of what the possibilities might be. So I took it to my old boss, Sam Herman, and he said, Bob, I don't really know what to tell you, but let me make a phone call, which he did. And within minutes, I was a couple of blocks down 7th Avenue in the office of Henry Jerome. Henry was the president at that time of United Artists. And he listened to my music, listened to a few seconds, I should say, of each song. And then he said, all right, I told Sam that I would tell you exactly what I thought. And then he began. He said, the songs are great, the playing is good, the recording is great. He said, but if I wanted to put something like this out, I could just make a couple of phone calls. I could have some people in the studio next week, and we could have music like this out on the street. Well, I could feel my heart dropping down into my stomach about that time. But then he said to me, you don't have to call Sam anymore. He said, my door is always open. You can come back anytime. But when you come back, bring something that if I want to put it out, I have to have you. So I left there feeling a little discouraged, and it took a while before I realized what he was telling me. You know, when you first start playing music, it's pretty easy to try to sound like your musical heroes or people that you know are popular. And the rationale goes like, well, if people like them, if I sound like that, then they'll like me too. And that used to make pretty good sense. But in actuality, the only thing you have as an artist is your individuality, your unique voice. You know how it is when you listen to somebody sing or play a few notes on the radio, and you can tell instantly who it is. That's individuality. That's their unique voice speaking out to you. If you have the courage to be yourself and be who you are, there's no one on the planet exactly like you. So if I played my music my way, in my voice, then if somebody wanted to put that record out, they'd have to have me in order to do it. So that was the lesson. I thought it was a good lesson for music, but it's also a good lesson for life. Sometimes being who you are can be the easiest, or it can be, at the same time, the hardest thing to do. Self-exposure can sometimes be a scary thing. You know, it's like if I were to stand here in front of this great body of folks and have the courage to take all my clothes off, you know. Don't worry. I see people looking to see where the exits are. But anyway, it was a good lesson. Have the courage to be who you are. I'd like to share just one more thought with you. I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine who's a great jazz pianist, and we were talking about the difficulty in finding places to play your own music. Well, his solution was go somewhere where there's no music and create your own gig. That way you have the freedom to do it your way and build your own audience. I thought about what he said, and I also thought about the fact that some of the most successful people in business are the ones who find a need and then go about filling that need. So I've used that idea for decades, and I've expanded it to include finding a night of the week to play that there's usually not much going on. So if you're ever in Charleston, you'll find that Tuesday night is the night that I like to play jazz. Yes, that's right. Poor little Tuesday night. Yeah. What does Tuesday night have going for it? There's no Monday night football. It's not hump day. It's not the weekend. And it's surely not revered like Sunday. So what does, poor little Tuesday night didn't have very much to say for itself. But now, Tuesday night can stand tall and proclaim to the world, I am Jazz Night in Charleston, West Virginia. West Virginia offers that kind of opportunity in so many areas. There's so many things that haven't been done here yet. So it gives us the perfect opportunity to look around and say, you know what I'd like to see happen? And then try to fill that need. I think we're in a perfect position here to leapfrog the rest of the country, leap out ahead of everybody and lead the way with innovation and new ideas. But if we want to put that record out, we have to have you. You with your confidence to be who you are. You with your individual voices being heard. You with your energy and enthusiasm. And now, you with your degree from West Virginia Wesleyan College. Again, congratulations, and thank you for letting me celebrate with you. And I can't wait to find out what you'd like to see happen. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, man.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Music Education degrees please rise? President Moore, these persons have met the requirements for their degree and have been approved, therefore, by the faculty and the Board of Trustees of West Virginia Wesleyan College. I am happy to present them for the degree Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Music Education.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of West Virginia Wesleyan College, I confer upon you Wesleyan's Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Music Education degrees with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas. Oh, yeah, I guess I have to figure that out. I'm going to go right here.
Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Ava Daniela Badillo. Mackenzie Elise Fultonier. Kristen Lane Hicks. Nathaniel Andrew Russell. Rhiannon Delaney Woolcock. Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, Theron Mikhail Chevalier. Savannah May Herod. Jasmine Renee Kowalski. Ashton Michael Nardella. Jonathan Spencer Norton. Courtney Marie Walton. Emma G. Witt. Bachelor of Arts, cum laude, Abigail Lynn Borello. Elizabeth Cadence Marie Kittle. Hallie R. Lane. Aiden A. Pitts. Rachel Elizabeth Rebello. Sydney D. Workman. Bachelor of Arts, Adrian Antonio Amasquita. Malaysia Yelena Ampy Jackson. Alexis Haley Anderson. Paige Alexandra Blessed. Keon Rashad Brown. Alexa Madison Davis. Anasia Bernadette Ferguson Dugas. Shelley Lynn Gauze. Mackenzie Brooke Gifford. Kelly Elizabeth Gillum. Liz Darylyn Grassels. Jack Paul Gutenkunst. Alexander Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez. Holland Christina Hettinger. Ellie Rose Jansen Holton. Dominique Jansen Van Vuren. Dakota Riva Johnson. Raphael Donald Manning. Abby Grace McDonough. JC Payden Morris. Tyson Andrew Perkins. Mackenzie Coy Reynolds. Emily Ann Slota. Sarah Nicole Ward. Ezekiel Lewis Williams. Zoe Jane Yanero. Faith Renee Yoho. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science in Nursing degrees please rise? President Moore, these persons have met the requirements for their respective degrees and have been approved, therefore, by the faculty and the Board of Trustees of West Virginia Wesleyan College. I'm happy to present them for the degree Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of West Virginia Wesleyan College, I confer upon you Wesleyan's Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude, Marimo Mia Aketa. Wyatt Clay Burns. Hayden Glenn Dodd. Hayden Mitchell Fincham. Jayla Brooke Gard. Tessa Marie Grimes. Nicholas Braden Knox. Curtis Wade Linton. Edward Joseph Marks. Shri Kiran Venkatsai Nandagama. Caitlin Elizabeth Sherman. Peyton Scott Slider. Sydney Nicole Villain. Jennifer Marie Woods. Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Jacob Daniel Angelo. Dalton Jeffrey Avil. Caden Lee Carpenter. Kayla Nicole Currents. Jean Michael Hutchinson. Madison Michelle Looker. Samaya Amani Lynch. Caden Michael McDaniels. Jack Hayden Monks. Ravina Y. Novelgond. Matthew Richard Neach. Nathaniel Jackson Perry. Cole Jacob Price. Brandon R. Queen. Emily Adriana Ross. Autumn Elizabeth Russell. Bachelor of Science cum laude, Gabriana Lynn Bowman. Megan Dawn Rosick. We good? Annalise Victoria Gentilozzi. Gabriela Grace Gomez. Kylie M. Holloway. Madison Y. McMillan. Illich Bolivar Purcell. Eric Alexander Roston. Omar Adel Ali Sadek. Bachelor of Science, Lacey Adriana Acevedo. Olivia Arlene Albrecht. Kelsey Lorraine Allen. Gavin L. Allman. Dejan Z. Barthley. Haley Anna Beiser. Jamil S. Boykin, Jr. Kaylee Ellen Brinkman. Casey John Bunker. Clifford P. Carpenter. Eric Donan Carter. Connor Reed Castle. William Franklin Cook III. Jacob Andrew Dawson. Kirsten N. Daly. Carson Edward Eckley. Noel Robert Ellis. Reese Anthony Farkinson. Jose H. Filion. Jake Joseph Jeremiah. Heidi Brooke Gidley. Ishan Ajit Gadbarle. Morgan Elizabeth Green. Adam P. Gribben. Madison Joanne Gross. Chase Hayden Harsh. Thomas Fenner Hart. Kimber Nicole Hausfader. Caden Levi Hawkins. Jalen McKay Hodge. Chibuzo Ndebisi M. Ihema. Johnny Lane Kirkpatrick. Stefan Shamel Knox. Kenley Ann Tennille Quatan. Jacqueline Reese Lehman. Christina Gabrielle Lachaud. Drake Michael Long. Lumazy Rain Lott. Stanley L. Martin. Broderick Peyton McCartney. Cole Edson Miller. Philippe Miak. Michael Greg Newhart. Cassandra Ortiz. Jonathan Jovan Ortiz. Venla Inari Palnanen. Gracie Madison Payne. Isaac Maximus Fay. Sydney R. Pierre Lewis. Hannah Marie Reed. Cadence Renee Ringer. Paige Elizabeth Schaefer. Charlotte Paige Sherrill. Blair Ellis Sinclair. Riley J. Slaughter. William B. Sparks III. Daniel Anthony Steskel. Kiara Page Woods. Colton Robert Workman. Wataru Yoshimura. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude, Julia Louise McCoy. Jasmine D. Tabor. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude, Holly R. Dinklacker. Kennedy Gabrielle Marshall. Caitlin J. Stone. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude, Kathleen Ann Carson. Lakeland Jade Leggett. Demi Marie Sanders. Emily Raina Tackett. Taylor Kathleen Weiss. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Grace Lynn Bennett. Madison Chase Brown. Mackenzie B. Edwards. Lexana Jolie Griffith. Anissa Taylor Halseth. Jocelyn D. Heckert. Sarah Renee Hull. Sarah Kathleen Kearns. Monica Lane Miller. Haley Marie Pugh. Caroline Page Ware. Will the candidates for the 5-year undergraduate Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts and Counseling, Master of Fine Arts, 5-year Master of Athletic Training, Master of Science in Nursing, and Doctor of Nursing Practice degrees please rise? President Moore, these persons have met the requirements for their respective degrees and have been approved, therefore, by the faculty and the Board of Trustees of West Virginia Wesleyan College. I'm happy to present them for the degree 5-year undergraduate Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts and Counseling, Master of Fine Arts, 5-year Master of Athletic Training, Master of Science in Nursing, or Doctor of Nursing Practice.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of West Virginia Wesleyan College, I confer upon you Wesleyan's 5-year undergraduate Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts and Counseling, Master of Fine Arts, 5-year Master of Athletic Training, Master of Science in Nursing, or Doctor of Nursing Practice degree, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Five-year undergraduate Master of Business Administration, magna cum laude, Abigail Jordan Dilley. Reese Patrick Skaggs. Five-year undergraduate Master of Business Administration, cum laude, Elizabeth Laurel Mazzarello. Five-year Master of Business Administration, James R. Cimino. Remy Abrielle Lore. Austin Jacob Mann. Landon David Riffle. Anthony Charles Sanders. Master of Business Administration, Ahmed Mohammed Abdel Salam. Braden Orion Gillespie. Johnny Joe Lee Ellen Hovis. William Joseph Huxley II. Harry Michael LaRusso. Sharon Akiki Nansikombi. Evan Daniel Piles. Broderick Austin Rohrbaugh. Kevin P. Stolniker. Nia Marianne Staten. Kaylee Ann Simmons. Rigel Elvin Sabah Wilson. Master of Arts in Counseling, Lisa Marie Brown. Kayla Scarlett James. Maya Naomi Reyes. Ashley Marie Ross. Thomas I. Schaffler. Quinn C. Schneider. 5-year Master of Athletic Training, cum laude, Nicholas Santiago Gerosa. Five-year Master of Athletic Training, Shelby Adrian Jenis. Hannah K. Murphy. Master of Science in Nursing, Tori Monique Benjamin. Michaela Lakin Carmen. Elizabeth Rebecca Nichols. Doctor of Nursing Practice, Laura Ellis Adams. Hillary Charmaine DeWitt. Renee Rose. At this time, I would ask that all of the graduates please rise. And please, especially for our undergraduates, this is now the time that you officially move your tassels from the right to the left side. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. Oh, you guys can sit back down. Okay. My name is Lumezi Lott, and I have had the incredible honor of serving as your class president. On behalf of the entire graduating class, I want to warmly welcome all of you, our families, friends, faculty, staff, and everyone who has supported us along the way to this very special day. Before I begin, I would also like to recognize someone who has made a lasting impact on this campus and on so many students here at Wesleyan. 36 years ago, the class of 1990 established an award to recognize a member of Wesleyan's faculty for their outstanding contributions to the college and its students. Each graduating class has the privilege of selecting a recipient of this Distinguished Faculty Award. This year's recipient is an incredible mentor, professor, and friend to so many students. He is the kind of professor who knows every student by name, even if they've never had him in class. He is admired for his creativity, intelligence, and genuine care for those around him, always taking the time to check in on students to make sure they're doing well. The class of 2026 is proud to honor Dr. Greg Popovich of the Exercise Science Department. Will you please come to the stage to accept your award? I would also like to take a moment to thank my classmates, professors, friends, and family who contributed to the senior class gift. This year, our class chose to support a new welcome sign at the Main Street entrance of the college. Our class raised over $2,600, so thank you. Today is a day we have imagined for years, and somehow now that it's here, it feels both exactly how we pictured it and nothing like we expected. We sit here in our caps and gowns, surrounded by the people who have supported us through stress, long nights, early mornings, and everything in between. And for a moment, it feels like time has slowed down, like we're being given a chance to take it all in before everything changes. Because after today, everything does change. For years of our lives, they have been structured. We knew that where we were supposed to be, what we were supposed to do, and how success was measured. There were deadlines, exams, and rubrics. But now we're stepping into a world where the path isn't always clear, where success isn't always defined, and where the only person who can truly decide what comes next is you. And that feeling can be overwhelming. Some of us have planned out carefully what we're going to do. Some of us are still figuring it out. And some of us have known what we were going to do since we were kids. But no matter what, you have the courage to keep going, even when it doesn't feel like it. Because life is not just a straight line. It's not just a checklist you complete in order. It's a series of moments that shape you into the person you're meant to become. There will be times when you feel lost, when things don't go as planned, and when the path ahead seems uncertain. But those moments are not failures. They're part of your story. Each of us sitting here today has overcome something, whether it was self-doubt, personal loss, or simply the pressure of trying to figure out who we are, but we made it through. We showed up, we kept going, and that strength, that resilience, is something that no one can ever take away from you. As we move forward, we will go in different directions. Some of us will stay close, others will travel far. We will meet new people, experience new places, and grow in ways that we can't even imagine yet. The world is bigger than anything we've known so far, and it's waiting for us. So go, explore it. Take chances on yourself. Apply for the job that seems out of reach. Move somewhere new if your heart is calling you there. Speak up when it matters, stand up for what you believe in, be kind even when it's difficult. And don't be afraid to fail, because sometimes failure is just another way of learning who you're meant to be. But as you go out into the world, chasing your dreams and building your future, I hope you hold on to something important, where you're from. Because no matter how far life takes you, there's a place that helped shape you, a place that knows your story in a way no one else ever will, a place where the roads feel familiar, where the people know your name, and the hills seem to hold a piece of your heart, home. And for us, that means something special. It means that no matter what path you take, if you find yourself in a big city, a small town, or somewhere in between, no matter how much you grow or how far you go, make sure you find your way back across those Upshur County lines to your home among the hills. Because that place, that feeling, and those people, it will always be part of you. It's where your roots are. It's where you learned your values. It's where you were supported, challenged, and shaped into who you are today. And no matter how much the world changes, there's always something grounding about knowing you can come back. Not because you have to, but because you want to. Because sometimes, after all the noise and chaos of the world, what you need most is the quiet reminder of where you started. As we leave here today, we are not walking away with just degrees. We are walking away with memories, with friendships, with lessons that will stay with us for the rest of our lives. We are walking away as people who are stronger, wiser, and more prepared than when we first arrived. And while this chapter is ending, another one is just beginning. So as you step forward into whatever comes next, do it with confidence, do it with courage, and do it with the understanding that you are capable of more than you know. And when life gets overwhelming, and when the path feels unclear, or when you just need to remember who you are, look back. Look back to where it all began, and find your way back home. Congratulations, class of 2026. We didn't just make it, we became something more along the way.
Graduates of the class of 2026. My name is Michael Bush, and I'm president of the West Virginia Wesleyan College Alumni Association. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome each of you to the Orange Line. This commencement marks the beginning of your next chapter. You join an impressive alumni association that ribbons throughout our communities and our world, quite literally working miracles and saving lives. Wesleyan alumni are transforming healthcare, leading companies, guiding congregations, making scientific breakthroughs, educating our children, seeking justice and equality, crafting public policy, innovating, creating, exploring, and serving. As a student at Wesleyan, I studied Irish poetry with our own Professor Van Gundy. Now, admittedly, I'm not a poet and I'm hardly Irish, so let's see how this goes. Scaffolding, a poem by Seamus Heaney. Masons, when they start upon a building, are careful to test out the scaffolding. Make sure that planks won't slip at busy points. Secure all ladders, tighten bolted joints. And yet all this comes down when the job's done, showing off walls of sure and solid stone. So if, my dear, there are sometimes seem to be old bridges breaking between you and me, never fear, we may let the scaffolds fall, confident that we have built our wall. Stone by stone in this place and in this time, you've built your foundation, and upon it the beginnings of your wall. The substance of your wall is made of the memories, the training, the resources, and the community that you've built. Collective pieces that will support experiences greater than you ever could have imagined. Starting today, you will begin to dismantle that scaffolding and lose your safety net, and you will rely on the solid foundation that you've built together with your community here at Wesleyan. You may keep building your wall, and you may raise new scaffolding as your adventures take different shapes and reach new heights. Your wall may even fail from time to time and require some maintenance. But enough with the masonry. Here's the takeaway. This foundation will support your entire future. Your personal relationships will grow. Your professional aspirations will change. Your path to success, whatever that might be, will be neither straight nor flat nor steady. But through it all, your community, this place, and these people will be here to support you, cheer you on, pick you up, and celebrate that all is you. Today, you join a fierce group of Wesleyan alumni who are changing the world, beginning in the far corners of our communities and starting with the smallest causes that ripple out beyond our wildest dreams. Your active participation in our Alumni Association is essential. Through it, you further the work of our college and our alumni, extending our reach and shining light where perhaps there is none. This commencement is not the end of a journey, but the beginning of a lifetime of engagement. We stand on the shoulders of giants who came before us, and now it is our turn to give back in meaningful ways. Be present in the life of our college and its mission to foster thought leadership and educate servant leaders. Seek opportunities to engage your Wesleyan spirit because opportunities may not always be presented to you. Visit campus. Begin an annual donation, whatever the amount. Stay in contact with professors and staff and classmates. Share your accomplishments with our alumni office. Keep your contact information current. And quite importantly, wear Wesleyan proudly. You are the ambassador, shouting from the mountaintops that this place matters and that the work being done here is important. Today, celebrate your accomplishments and give thanks to those who helped you along the way. Tomorrow, tell someone Happy Mother's Day, and reflect on your truth and practice it as you make the world a better place. Congratulations.
There is a contemporary hymn written by Paul Murakami and Hant Hansen titled, "May You Run and Not Be Weary." The hymn has frequently been used in the church as a benediction, and it is based on a powerful promise in the book of Isaiah, which declares that those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. So as you go out into the world to make a difference, to change it for the better, and to run the race that is set before you, we offer this hymn of blessing. May you run and not be weary. May your heart be filled with song. And may the love of God continue to give you hope and keep you strong. And may you run and not be weary. May your life be filled with joy. And may the road you travel always lead you home. Amen.